Florida deputy who shot an unarmed handcuffed man has resigned. Here's the video.
Shots fired! You know. I'm hit! What? I'm in the car! I was shot through the car! Oh! I don't know. I might have hit my vest.
Oh, okay, no. Get back. I'm not going to go. Get back. You're back now. You've got no movement in the car. Marquis!
It might have hit my vest. I don't know. But I'm not.
Try to navigate so that you can make some sense of what you just saw. Put up the picture full mass. This is going to be a hell of a story. Deputy Jesse Hernandez mistakes an Acorn for gunfire and fires at an unarmed suspect named Marquis Jackson. It all began at about 8:42 a.m., November 12th, 2023. This was on McLaren Circle. When the OKALOOSA County Sheriff's Office received a call of a vehicle driving around honking its horn. So that's disrupting the peace, according to them. And they say this has been happening since 3 a.m. A woman then called the sheriff's office accusing Mr. Jackson, 22 years of age, of taking a vehicle and sending threats via text message and phone calls. According to the sheriff's office, Jackson arrived around 9:09 a.m. before he was detained, searched, handcuffed, and placed in the rear of Deputy Jesse Hernandez's patrol vehicle. The young woman then completed an affidavit for the stolen vehicle. She reportedly told deputies Jackson had a silencer, but she wasn't sure where it was and that he had more than one weapon. When Hernandez was returning with the victim's rights form for the woman, other deputies had communicated they found her vehicle. Hernandez then approached the passenger side rear door of his patrol vehicle to do a secondary search of Jackson when he heard a pop sound, which he thought was a gunshot and believed he had been hit, according to the OCSO news release. Per the recently released body cam, Hernandez yelled, quote, "Shots fired," multiple times before falling to the ground, rolling, and began firing at the patrol car. Sergeant Beth Roberts also began just firing into the vehicle. Why? Because somebody else is shooting. Let's all shoot. There's no threat. Let's just start shooting. Started shooting because he also perceived a threat based on the actions of Officer Hernandez. Here's the thing. Jackson escaped uninjured. No weapon was located Thankfully, these guys cannot shoot an unmoving target in their own car. Witnesses said they heard what they thought could have been a muffled gunshot, according to an OCSO news release. 3 News 5 reporters listened to the body camera footage. They did not hear the sound described. They didn't hear a damn thing. They did all kind of amplification, heard nothing. So what did the deputy hear? Interviewed after the incident by Michael Hogan, an investigator, the deputy said he had definitely heard a suppressed weapon firing. Quote, I felt an impact on my right side, like a upper torso area. My legs just give out, he claimed. When shown images from his body cam footage of the Acorn hitting his car, Mr. Hernandez posed the question, Acorn? Mr. Hogan confirmed, Acorn, yeah. Question, if he could have mistaken the sound of the Acorn for gunfire, he answered, quote, what I heard sounded like what I think would be louder than an Acorn hitting the roof of a car, but there's obviously an Acorn hitting the roof of the car, end quote. Jackson's statement. In a public Facebook post on the 7th of February, Jackson recalled the day he could have died. A few months later, I hear an officer scream. A few moments later, I hear an officer scream, I'm hit, he's armed, Jackson said in the post. As soon as that was announced, multiple shots were fired at me while I was stuck in the back seat. All I could do was lean over and play dead to prevent getting shot in the head, end quote. Jackson said he was scared to death, and I knew all I could depend on was God. I ignored everything and prayed. Windows were shattering on me the whole time as bullets continued flying across me. He said he was blessed not to get hit by bullets or physically be hurt. Quote, but mentally, I'm not okay. I haven't been the same since, and I don't think this feeling I have will ever change. Deputy Hernandez on the left, all right, on the left, who per the Telegraph served 2 tours in Afghanistan as an officer but did not see direct combat, had been with the OCSO since January 2022. He resigned on December 4th, 2023, right before the new year. Sergeant Roberts on the right has been with OCSO since May of 2008. Both were current on resistance training and firearms qualification, according to the sheriff's office. The OCSO's office professional standards conducted an internal probe and determined that the use of force was not objectively reasonable and that he in fact violated policy regarding excessive use of control to resistance. The investigation also determined Roberts' use of deadly force was objectively reasonable, and she was exonerated because according to her, well, I was shooting because he was shooting. And so that's what we're kind of trained to do. We're trained to just shoot when another cop shoots. Put him up, full mass. Buck stops with him. You're talking about the sheriff here, Eric Aiden. All right. The OCSO's Criminal Investigation Division reviewed the incident after initial investigation for any possible criminal charges. The sheriff's office also reportedly requested an independent review by the First Judicial Circuit State Attorney's Office, but ultimately no probable cause for criminal charges was found, which is insane, by the way. So the police investigation of their own person says, okay, this guy violated our policy, violated protocol, utilized excessive force, and decided to start shooting at a human being. Now, it doesn't matter that he was unsuccessful at killing him. Okay, let's put that aside. It doesn't matter that he was unsuccessful at killing the person because the same action could have caused the death of the individual inside of the police car. You see, if the person would have died, do we then say, okay, well, that's obviously at least involuntary manslaughter because of the extreme negligence demonstrated by this officer? You know, negligence can be so extreme that it is determined to be criminal. You do not have to engage in mens rea, which means I'm formulating a thought in order to commit a criminal act. You can simply engage in conduct that is so extremely negligent that you should have known that it could have caused damage to another person or potential death. But the officer is allowed to resign. The officer has no charges. And the insanity of what you just heard is exactly how it happened. Now, Wosny, let me ask you this, brother, because he's in a police car, he's handcuffed. What kind of gun is he aiming and shooting after the cop handcuffs him? He then hears the cop say, shots fired and I'm hit. Now, it's not just the one, it's the two now. Because now I'm thinking this guy's making up a story in order to kill somebody. And I'm going to tell you why I say that. He doesn't just say shots fired and then later say, I misheard the Acorn. He says shots fired, I'm hit. You see, that is justification because cops have a subjective standard. If they can prove that they believe that their frame of mind was that of one in danger, they are able to get away with murder, period. That's what the Supreme Court has ruled. This sounds like a narrative to me, dear brother. And some people may say I'm reaching, but I'm telling you, the shots fired and him saying that he got hit, this is insanity to me. What say you?
I don't think it's a reach at all. Every single cop in America understands this rule, Dr. Richey. And so they know they just have to establish just the idea that they thought they were in danger. Not that they have to prove that there was actually a physical threat to their life. They just have to believe it. They could be processing a momentary of a psychosis, right? They can just say, I believed it, even if it was just an acorn or a penny or whatever it was that this guy thought he was shot. He knows if he can establish the basis, like I thought I was shot, therefore I started shooting everything. He can just work backwards from there. And I'm sorry, I think the sheriff's department should have to come out and explain point by point, even if this guy's not on trial. They should have to explain to the citizenry point by point the logic of what this cop went out there and did and why this is in line with any training that they give to these officers. How do you put somebody on the street who can get it this wrong? Yeah. And damn near this fatally? And obviously my heart goes out to the brother who survived this thing, because we all know this could have easily went fatal, where multiple cops are emptying rounds of clips into the car that you're handcuffed in. This is just a dereliction of duty, a gross one. And yeah, this is obviously on the level of criminality, because no citizen would be able to act this way. No citizen could be like, oh, I saw an acorn, and an acorn. Sorry, Acorn, the artist. I saw an acorn, and I just started shooting indiscriminately.
Yeah, it's negligence, even if you eliminate the willful intent dynamic. We've seen cases where cops have been charged with putting other people in danger. If nothing else, they got the wanton endangerment charge. This guy got none of this, none of it. All right. Hopefully there's a review by the federal government very soon.